Today I will be presenting about the introduction for this topic. The Quran is the holy book of Islam, believed by Muslims to be the literal word of God as revealed to the Prophet Muhammad over a period of approximately 23 years. It comprised of 114 chapters, known as surah, and numerous verses or ayahs. It serves as a comprehensive guide for all aspects of life. This includes spiritual guidance, social conduct, and legal principles. It is written in classical Arabic. The Quran emphasizes all values such as justice, compassion, mercy, and the oneness of God. It addresses a wide range of themes, including the nature of God, the importance of moral behavior, the duties of individuals and communities, and the afterlife. The Quran, along with the Sunnah, the teaching and practices of Prophet Muhammad, form the foundation of Islamic law, Sharia, and is central to the faith and practice of Muslims around the world. Sunnah, on the other hand, defines the word, action, and silence of the Prophet Muhammad and is considered to be the second source of Islamic law after the Quran. It serves as a comprehensive and practical guide to various aspects of daily life and religious practices, complementing the Quranic foundation. Islamic religion's texts record Sunnah in the Hadith collection, which also document how Prophet Muhammad reacted. Practicing the Sunnah allows Muslims to adopt the ideal behavior shown by the Prophet, which ultimately help them perform in accordance with Islamic teaching. The Sunnah is the basic for the understanding and applying the teaching in the Quran, and it played a crucial role in shaping Islamic jurisprudence and guiding the moral and ethical conduct of Muslims. For Islamic criminal law, also known as Sharia criminal law, is a legal system derived from the Quran and the Sunnah. It outlines punishment for specific offences to maintain justice and moral order in society. The law categorizes crime into three main types: hudud, fixed punishment for several offences such as theft, adultery, and apostasy; qisas, retributive justice for crime like murder or bodily harm; and ta'zir, discretionary punishment for offences not covered by hudud or qisas. The system emphasizes justice, deterrence, rehabilitation, and the moral and ethical value of Islam.
Today I want to provide an overview of Islamic criminal law, which is fundamentally based on Quran and Sunnah. This legal system categorizes offences into three main types: hudud, qisas, and ta'zir. Hudud crimes involve fixed punishments for serious offences such as theft and adultery, with severe penalties reflecting their gravity, like amputation for theft. In contrast, qisas pertains to retaliatory justice, allowing for equal retaliation on cases of bodily harm or murder, and encapsulated by the principle of an eye for an eye. This category also permits forgiveness or compensation through blood money. Ta'zir includes discretionary punishments for offences not explicitly covered by hudud or qisas, giving judges the flexibility to address modern crimes like bribery while adhering to Islamic principles. Recent studies emphasize the significance of specific cases from Quran and Sunnah in guiding legal decisions and introduce the concept of hillah or legal stratagems, which enables jurists to find innovative solutions within the framework of Islamic law. Overall, Islamic criminal law is a dynamic system that adapts to contemporary issues while maintaining its ethical foundations. One major issue is the conflict between Islamic law and international human rights standards, with hudud punishment like public floggings and amputations often criticized for violating due process and prohibitions against cruel punishment. Additionally, the application of Islamic law can vary widely due to local customs, leading to inconsistencies in justice and tribal custom for sometimes override formal legal system. While the Quran and Sunnah provide foundational texts, their interpretations differ based on socio-political context, resulting in varying degrees of strictness across countries. There is also a critical gap in law can coexist with modern legal system and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence. Addressing this challenge requires urgent reform to adapt Islamic criminal law to contemporary realities while remaining true to its foundational principles.
Okay, moving on to the methodology. First, the research method utilizes a doctrinal study approach, which is ideal for analyzing Islamic criminal law through its primary sources, the Quran and Sunnah. Okay, this method allows a critical examination of legal texts, focusing on their theoretical foundations and how they shape Islamic legal doctrines. Second, data collection draws from both primary and secondary sources. The Quran provides explicit injunctions such as in Surah Al-Ma'idah on theft and Surah An-Nur on adultery, while the Sunnah reflect practical applications through the sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad recorded in authentic hadith collections like Sahih Al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. These are complemented by secondary scholarly interpretation to provide a well-rounded analysis. Today, I will present key findings from my research on Islamic criminal law, which draws heavily from the Quran and Sunnah as its foundational sources. This provides not only the principles, but also the practical framework for justice and morality. Key concepts. Firstly, the Quran defines major offences called hudud crimes, such as theft and adultery, which come with fixed punishments. However, these punishments are bound by the strict condition to ensure fairness. For example, theft is punished by hand amputations only if the stolen item exceeds a certain value, and the act wasn't driven by necessity. Adultery, on the other hand, requires four reliable witnesses advising the prevention of false accusations. The principle of qisas and diyah governs cases of murder and bodily harm. Qisas ensure retributive justice, where the punishment matches the offences, while diyah allows for forgiveness in exchange for compensations, promoting mercy and societal harmony. Role of the Sunnah. The Sunnah complements the Quran by providing practical guidance. For instance, Prophet Muhammad PDUK suspended punishment for theft during famine, showing flexibility, compassion in justice. Additionally, discretionary punishments or ta'zir allows judges to tailor decisions based on context, ensuring the fairness. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Today, I'll discuss the case of public canning for Khalwat in Terengganu, which occurred in December 2024. This case involved Muhammad Effendi Awang, convicted for the third time under Section 31A of Terengganu's Sharia Criminal Offences, Ta'zir enactment. His punishment was 6 public strokes of the cane that was carried out at a mosque, sparked the controversy. While the Sharia laws permit caning, critics argue that public execution of such penalties raises human rights concerns, potentially conflicting with Malaysia's federal constitution and international norms. This case highlights a key legal issue: whether the Sharia court exceeds its jurisdiction by enforcing public caning not explicitly allowed under Act 355. Furthermore, it raises questions about justice and deterrence versus public humiliation. Ultimately, this case underscores the complexity of integrating traditional Islamic principles into a dual legal system while addressing a modern human rights consideration. Reform and cultural sensitivity are also essential for achieving fairness in this context.
Today we will be presenting about the discussion on the topic. Firstly, hudud, qisas and ta'zir offences serve crucial roles in promoting justice within Islamic criminal law. Hudud offences with their fixed punishment act as a strong deterrent against severe crimes like theft and adultery, helping maintain a societal order. Qisas, or retributive justice, ensure that punishments are proportional to the crime committed, fostering a sense of fairness and discouraging further violence. Ta'zir offences, which are subject to judicial discretion, allow flexibility in addressing crimes not covered by hudud or qisas, thereby enabling a more nuanced application of justice.
Secondly, the discussion will be on applying principles of the Quran to contemporary issues in vital of shaping a dynamic legal system. The Quran's emphasis on justice, compassion and ethical conduct can guide legal standards in fields like bioethics, environmental concerns and digital technology. Continuous scholarly efforts and ijtihad independent reasoning help reinterpret this principle to address modern challenges, ensuring the laws remain relevant and effective.
Thirdly, we have the roles of Quran and Sunnah to establish a cohesive framework for criminal justice. The role of the Quran and Sunnah are fundamental in establishing a cohesive framework for Islamic criminal justice. The Quran provides core values and specific ruling, while the Sunnah offers detailed guidance on implementing this principle. Together, they create a balanced and fair legal system that upholds justice and moral integrity.
Finally, the Quran and Sunnah remain highly relevant in guiding modern legal systems. By integrating their timeless teachings with contemporary legal practices, scholars can develop just and ethical laws that address today's issues while staying true to Islamic values. This ensures that the legal system promotes societal harmony, justice, and fairness. Basically, this research explores the foundational principle of Islamic criminal law drawn from the Quran and Sunnah, which guide the creation of just and moral society. The Quran provides the core principle of justice, while the Sunnah offers principle of applications. It discusses three key typical of offenses: hudud, qisas, and tazir. Hudud laws address serious crimes like thieves and adultery, acting as referent to maintain social order, integrity, and fairness. Qisas, based on the concept of an eye for an eye, ensures retribute justice while promoting reconciliation and forgiveness within the community. Tazir offers flexibility, allowing punishment to be tailored to the crime and circumstances, which is crucial for addressing modern issues like cybercrime. Islamic laws emphasize on justice, mercy, and the sanctity of the life continues to be relevant in today's world, providing solution to contemporary ethical challenges. Through the principle of ikhtiyar, the law evolves to address modern issues, ensuring a balance between deterrence, justice, and mercy. Islamic criminal law remains a dynamic, adaptable framework that supports both justice and social harmony in a rapidly changing world. Thank you, guys.